Morning, you guys. Morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope that you're doing really good. I am here to talk about my first Pride read of the month. So it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month for those of you who celebrate. And I picked a handful of books that were LGBTQ supportive or based, and I wanted to read through some of them. I don't know how many I'm going to get to. My goal is 3, and I've got the first one knocked out halfway through the month, so that tells you how I'm doing on that goal. But I've just had a lot of books dropping from the library all at once. I've had a lot of new books coming out that I really wanted to read, like Allie Hazelwood's new book dropped, so next week you guys are definitely going to get a review from that from me. And yeah, so we've just had a lot of really good stuff out, and that's the reason why I have not been reading a lot of my Pride reads, but I'm going to change that, and we're going to be more conscious of getting those Pride reads in. So the first one that I did finish is one that's been on my TBR for a while. If you clicked on this video, you know what it is already, but that is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Madeline Miller is like an ancient Greek professor or something. Like, she knows her stuff. She's not just somebody out there writing Greek fan fiction. She really knows her stuff. And there is like little photos and info at the back of the book, which I really loved. And it was obvious that she was very knowledgeable while I was reading this book about what she was talking about and the characters that she was talking about. She wasn't just not making up, because obviously it's a work of fiction, but she at least had some idea of what she was talking about. It was very clear. So what is the Song of Achilles? So the Song of Achilles is basically, to me, this book is about a relationship, a friendship, a camaraderie ship between Achilles and Patroclus, or however you say his name. There's going to be some Greek names in here that I am going to jack up, you guys. But Patroclus is a lower prince. Like, he was born to a king, but it was not a wealthy king. And he's basically just kind of always thought of himself as like the weak guy. And so at, I believe he was 9 years old, he is sent to live with Achilles' father. And Achilles' father has a herd of boys that he kind of fosters in the hopes of Achilles finding, companionship. Because even then, like, Achilles was the son of a king and a goddess. Thetis, I think is how you say her name, Thetis or Thetis. She was a sea nymph, and she plays a huge role in this book, visiting Hercules, and try not to do too many spoilers in case you want to read this book. But basically, she visits Achilles, and she dislikes Patroclus from the beginning. Like, from day one, she dislikes him. And that becomes very important in this book. But everybody from 9 years old is saying that Achilles is the greatest of the Greeks. He's going to be their greatest fighter, their greatest soldier, their greatest hero. Like, Achilles is going to be the dude. And growing up, Achilles has been told that over and over and over again. And it comes to where Achilles does end up taking Patroclus as his companion. And in that day, that basically meant they slept together, ate together, did their lessons together, everything. And it's just the story of their lives and how they grow in their relationship. They do become lovers, and it's a really beautiful story. And of course, we all know, the story of Troy, which does take place in this book, the 10-year war with Troy between the Greeks and the Trojans, and kind of Achilles' role in that and Patroclus' role in that, as well as how people felt about what was happening. It's just a really, really good story if you are at all interested in Greek, Trojan, if you like the movie Troy, any of that. It's a really, really solid book. Patroclus is a great character. I know on Goodreads there are some negative reviews to his character. A lot of people were like, he's the Bella from Twilight of the Greeks. And I just didn't feel like that. Towards the end, there is a scene where Thetis, whatever Achilles' mother's name pronunciation is, Achilles' mother, the sea nymph, comes to them and says that the greatest man will die before Achilles. And they're like, oh, what? Like, I thought Achilles was the greatest man. And she's like, no, I didn't say the greatest, like, warrior, soldier, the man. And it does turn out to be Patroclus. Spoiler alert, Patroclus dies. And he's a man of great character in the end. And going from the beginning where he's so hard on himself and down on himself, it's beautifully written. Not even just the love story, but the story of Patroclus and how he goes from what he was, which was a very unsure of himself boy who thought he was not useful, who thought he was weak and the unworthy prince, to the man that he becomes that, saves people. A lot of people, in fact. And it's just a really beautifully written story. I gave it 5 stars. It was fantastic to me. It was a very quick read. I read it in about 2 days. I probably could have read it quicker, but it did take me about 2 days just because of life stuff. And yeah, I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed this one. So if you are looking for something LGBTQ or just a really good Greek and that time period of the Trojan War book, ancient Greeks, mythologies in here, there's all of that in here. Give this book a read. I'm going to read Madeline Miller's other book. I believe it's pronounced Circe, Circe. It's supposed to be another incredible book by her. So I am also going to give that one a read. It's on hold at the library right now. But if it's anywhere as good as The Song of Achilles, I am excited for it. So yeah, that is my review of my first Pride read, which is The Song of Achilles. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you are looking for something, like I said, in the ancient Greek genre to read, it was a 5 out of 5 for me. I will see you guys on Monday. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you're having an amazing day, and see you then.